those of you who have followed our updates might have seen that in late February this year, we released a new version of Multiviewer, and I take a special pride in this version because it's innovative. It's based on new code base from Cinegy, so we updated Cinecoder and ML there. So all our libraries are the latest and greatest, bearing all the performance enhancements and hardware optimization, and effectively making it ready for the modern production. Using the new code base effectively helped us to introduce this constellation of new features that I'll be talking about today. So those features include new hardware devices for acceleration, for decoding and encoding acceleration. They include extended standard support. They include some enhancements in the way we work with the GPUs. Effectively, we'll just cover that in the upcoming few minutes. In the meantime, I encourage you to send me your questions in the chat, because obviously it's all feedback driven, and we wouldn't have been where we are without our customers. So ask your questions. If you have any ideas, feel free to share them. Please just send them our way and carry on. So the main feature that I wanted to mention was the AMD hardware acceleration. So we added the support for new devices, and we changed the UI slightly to be able to select the specific devices for encoding and decoding. What it gives you flexibility. It gives you seamless integration in mixed modes, so you can have a server that has AMD and NVIDIA GPUs, and engage the cards for your hardware acceleration as you wish. So you can use either AMD cards for your video decoding and encoding. You can encode separate outputs from your multiviewer using separate cards. So it lets you build a higher density system with the inclusion of different hardware pieces. So you can have a variety of hardware, and it will work in a seamless mode in the best fashion possible, just as it would do with one GPU or multiple GPUs of the same vendor. So brings your efficiency up to a new level, and lets you use the system in the ways you wouldn't be able to use it before. The other feature that makes a life of those operators using Multiviewer with NDI sources easier is the NDI source tolerance mode. So it helps you working with non-standard NDI feeds, so to say. It's non-broadcast standard, to be more certain. So those NDI feeds that effectively have cinematic FPS or a bit odd frame size, like I don't know, 1280 by 720. No, that should work. But if it's 710, or it's like some sort of anamorphic formats, that's where you would need this option, because with all these NDI receivers, it is expected in the software world that you would specify the parameters of the stream as well as you could do it. So we only offer the TV formats that are the SMPTE standards effectively. But if you switch to adaptive mode for source format tolerance, you would be able to bring in any sort of feeds into your multiviewer, and the decoder will just adjust and will show it seamlessly. Those of you who are trying to set it up with, let's say, NDI tools, would know the pain of it. So we decided that we'll add an option for our users to circumvent it and bring even more sources from different cameras into your monitoring system. So of course that comes with the ability to monitor pretty much to engage pretty much all of your alarms and notification plugins. So it makes it even more versatile for NDI environments, and helps you work with it in a more adaptive mode, more adaptive manner. One other thing worth mentioning is the enhancements in APIs. So we have introduced one important bit is that we like the APIs I'm talking about is the web control. So it's where you can switch your layouts in Multiviewer and like toggle through them and pick the players for remote workflows. So those of you familiar with it would remember that it used to be a simplistic web page with just the numbers for the for the players and like really simple buttons. You could wire them to a dashboard that you would choose. Some of our customers did that, but what we added the ways to change and operate and control the names of those sources and retrieve them effectively, so that made it more user friendly. We added the WebSocket preview, which helps you to actually see what is on the active player. So that is available from your web page, and the beauty of this is that it's cross-platform, so you can run that web control from a tablet or Mac machine or a Linux machine, whatever works best for you. And of course, that's key for remoting those for enabling those remote workflows everyone is talking about, and that Multiviewer is so great at because of streaming. So it makes it even easier to connect from home or from some remote locations and have your monitoring in hand and be able to have as much steering over it as you would normally have in the master control room. So with this version, what we've done, we enhanced the APIs, we added the previews, we added more advanced ways to integrate it with external devices. So as you may see, the screenshots we were using here in the slide were for the Stream Deck. Stream Deck is a tiny little device with buttons, usually used by gamers and streamers to control their production, but it's actually fully customizable. So this one here is a simple layout that we customized for Cinegy Multiviewer, and effectively the layout that you can see on the screen is the one that you would see on the button pad on the Stream Deck, and you would be able to control it from there. Moving on. So I already briefly mentioned that we just increase the usability of your GPU workflows. So some of the things we've done, as you may see in the comparison slide down there, we replaced the old annoying generic card 1, card 2, card 3 names with the actual names of the encoding devices. So now you can see that on the right side in the 24.2, you can see that the CPUs are available there, as well as the both of the GPUs that were available on that machine where that screenshot was taken. So that just helps you to control your Multiviewer configuration better in the environment with multiple cards, and just have a better control over it. So makes it faster, makes it easier for the operators to reconfigure it. The other bit that we added was selecting the actual card that you can use for encoding. So those of you who were trying to set it up with multi-GPU environment, if there was a limitation in previous versions, probably dictated by the fact that the architecture was designed first for single GPU usage, but then we realized that we can squeeze out more density from the servers by employing more GPUs. So long story short, now in output settings, when you're setting up your encoding for your MPEG-TS streams, what you can do, you can just select a card that you would like to use for hardware accelerated encoding of that particular stream. And as you remember, we don't limit the number of output streams that you can bring out of your multiviewer in terms of licensing. So you can configure as many of them as you wish. And of course, it would be neat to have different cards handling that, especially on high density installations. Moving on to 2110 support. So this new version brings the sorry. This new version brings support for 2110 devices as valid input sources. So we support AJA devices. Well, this current support was for Kona IP that some of you may know is deprecated, but from our last talks with AJA, we know that they're working on a new card that will effectively represent them on the SMT2110 front. And this should be just compatible right away because it's the same SDK. We shall see. But yeah, it's not just AGA, it's also Deltacast. So we offer 3 kinds of devices that you can use. So it's Deltacast and as a beta feature so far, just because we haven't completed the whole round of testing at the time of this release. There was a beta support for Blackmagic IP cards. So you can employ the usual suspects from SDI world, I mean the usual vendors from SDI world, to now take care of your 2110 workflows. There's a limitation though that so far it's just a hardware SMT2110, so we're not talking about NMOS based workflows in these current versions, but as a little glimpse into what we are up to at Cinegy, we're working on supporting that solution. So far it's this, just 2110 hardware based with devices that you can work with. Feel free to ask more questions or reach out to me. I'll explain you what we do with 2110 and what we don't do with 2110 in the current generation. Yeah, with the next version of Multiviewer, first of all, one of the things that we're going to add, which is actually in fact there, if someone is interested in beta version, we can try and provide it to you for tests. It's the Intel GPU support for hardware acceleration. So as well as we added AMD, we can easily use the Intel GPUs for the same purpose. So you can mix it more vendors if you wish to do that, or you can employ more cards from different vendors for your hardware acceleration. Intel is already there in the trunk version. I briefly mentioned the SMT2110 advancements in the previous slide, so no need to stop on that, for focus on that right now. As I mentioned, we're working on a solution that would be more software based and effectively offer a higher density. There are more things to come, like the open telemetry support, dashboarding, MPEG transport stream analyses, and things like that. So just follow our updates. Have any ideas or any sort of feature requests? You know that we're always we're all ears and we're ready to listen to you and discuss it, and find the ways to get what you to enable your workflows by supporting your feature requests. So feel free to reach out, don't be strangers. In terms of reaching out, it's of course worth mentioning that there are quite a few shows that we will be participating in the upcoming weeks and months. So next one is actually tomorrow. I'll finish with those webinars and start packing for my trip to London. So tomorrow, whoever of you is in Britain or plans to travel to MPTS, the Media Production Technology Show in London, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to meet you there and talk all things Cinegy. Further shows will be the CABSAT in Dubai just next week, where you can come over and speak to Mike and Sergio, who will be happy to spend some time with you. Next show for us is Broadcast Asia in Singapore, where you can talk to Andrew, and those of you joining from those regions are welcome to come and find us there. And finally, there is a new show that we're participating in, InfoComm in Las Vegas in June, where we'll have a representation of 4 people, including our CTO and co-founder Jan Wagner. So make sure to pencil in the dates and locations that work best for you, and come and meet us. We'll be happy to chat. At this point, I want to thank you for watching and thanks for your time. I want to mention, I will still answer the question as I see them. I will mention that there's going to be another session in the afternoon, so 5 o'clock UK time, 6 o'clock Central European time, mostly for our North American markets. But if you wanted to listen to this again, or if you come up with some more questions, please feel free to register for that one as well, or join that one as well. I'll be here. It's going to be live, and I'll be able to talk. So questions-wise, I see the question about okay, so AMD GPUs, do they have limitations to work with interlaced signals? I imagine it's the same question, the pain point that we had with NVIDIA, since they deprecated the interlaced encoding. And unfortunately, AMD is not an answer. Every trade show, we chase them, we try to speak to them and approach it from different angles. We try to effectively convince them that there is some business there in the broadcast industry. Lack of interlaced encoding, hardware-based interlaced encoding is quite a pain, but unfortunately the answer is no. There is, though, a thing that we are working on from our side in our labs in our R&D department to mitigate for lack of interlaced encoding. We're going to tell you more later as it gets ready, but just revealing some secrets that we have something in the making that will perhaps be an answer to this question. So keep an eye on this. And yeah, unfortunately, the big hardware vendors turned us down on, or not us, turned the whole industry down on interlaced support, and none of them is actually rushing to support it. Next question, let me have a look at it. There is an interest in seeing ETR 290's TS metrics for transmit stream over IP multiviewer inputs. That's effectively something we're working on. So with the transmit stream analyzer that I was mentioning that we're going to integrate in the next versions of multiviewer, does exactly that. So effectively follows that standard, and we'll add some hooks for the telemetry to to expose those metrics to you in the dashboards. So feel free to chase us up on this one. If you have some more specific questions, email our support, or email me, or email ps@cinegy.com. We will all try and find ways to answer that question and those questions, and see how we can accommodate you. There is someone asking a question. So InfoComm, that's the show I mentioned in Vegas. It's a Pro AV show. How can Multiviewer be helpful in that area? That's an excellent question. Well, it's like in any other industry, professional audio and video production industry requires the monitoring of audio and video signals, and Multiviewer is something that would enable fast access to the feeds wherever you are remotely. It will enable the remote workflows. It's something that can be a cost-efficient, lightweight software solution to bump those workflows to a new efficiency level, to effectively manage and juggle the distribution feeds in the ways that were never known for them before. So it's quite there is a lot of applications for it, and want to discuss that, come over and see us at the InfoComm show. And I think that's all of the questions we had. Let me just scroll it up. Yep, that looks like it was all we had. So unless you want to throw some more questions my way, we'll probably be wrapping this up and letting you go and well, actively let you get back to enjoy your day. Okay, so no questions anymore. I'm wishing you a wonderful day. I want to thank you again for being here this morning. Give yourself a round of applause, and keep following Cinegy.